It's it, folks. It's the end of the world. Head for the hills. It's over. The coronavirus is coming. Get your breathing apparatuses. Get your respiratory. In fact, go get yourself a scuba gear. Go to the local dive shop. Pick up a not only just an N95 mask. Forget that, folks. Get yourself a full on aqua oxygen tank. Get a hazmat suit. Dress yourself up like your name is Harrison Ford from the movie Outbreak, right? Go full blown. It's the end of the world. There's 1 million people are died already. 3 million people are infected, and they're all going around, and they're dropping dead left and right. So and everybody just head for the hills. It's over. It's the end of the world. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, folks. Here's the deal. Do I know what the hell is going on in China right now? No, I quite don't know as of yet. I got some feelers out there. I've let out some messages earlier in the evening to some serious power players that are in the region, and I'm just waiting for word back as to what the hell is really going on. But I'm going to tell you something real quick. This is, and I might be wrong. I'm leaving the door open for me to be wrong. You know what? It's okay. It's okay to be wrong, and I totally accept it. But here's the deal, okay? I'm looking at this whole entire thing, and none of this damn thing makes sense, okay? Everybody's talking about coronavirus. Good coronavirus. It went from a bat and went into a snake and it jumped to a human. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. There's millions of people infected. There's a 9 to 14-day incubation window. Oh, my God. It's terrible. It's got real staying power. 276,000 Chinese could be dead by the end of the week. And here we go. It's all going to die. Follow me, folks. Follow me on Twitter. And I just watched some jack off. I don't know what it is. Prosperity something, right? It's just, I want to hit my head against the desk. And he's out there saying, this is what's going on. I'm an epidemiologist, and I went from Schmook University, and I graduated from Schmook. And I'm telling you right now, here's the 5 factors from the World Health Organization stating that the virus is going to kill us all. If you want to find out more, there's a subscriber site. You can go there, pay a couple bucks, and then also while you subscribe to our virus survival guide, you can download my new book, How to Survive the Coronavirus. It's a new ebook. It's available on Amazon, and you can download it and you can figure out how you can survive. The fact of the matter is, folks, you have something that has a kill rate of 3%. I don't care how damn infectious it is. Look, the common cold, the damn flu season kills 80,000 Americans on average per year. The infection rates are just through the roof. Through the roof. Oh my God, it's terrible. It's going to go airborne, blah, 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 blah. Has anyone seen a wet market in Wuhan? Has anyone seen a wet market and what it looks like in anywhere in China or in Asia in general? My God, you'll have a dog about to be slaughtered. You have the Labrador is right next to the chicken, who's right next to the pork, which is right next to some deer meat and a bat, and then which is right next to the catfish, and everybody's getting slaughtered right next to each other. So of course it's going to be a breeding ground for viruses. We don't have such unregulated malarkey, Joe Biden word, over here at the Fulton Fish Market in New York, or at the fish market in Seattle, or the meat market in LA. The only thing that has a festering chance for virus to spread is wonderful Southern California with their homeless feces crisis. Now that's a petri dish waiting to explode, folks. Okay, so petri dish waiting to explode. And here's the thing: Crows 2332 says 38 people recovering from the coronavirus. China's media report on Saturday. The promising news comes as the death toll from the epidemic has risen to 41. That's great. Confirmed cases 1,300. That's great. A 3% kill ratio. And most of the people that are dying are the old and the infirm, or the very young. The same kind of people that would die in a flu epidemic here in the United States. I mean, this is ridiculous. And they're showing us videos of, oh, look, they're going to construct a hospital in 6 days. It's this, that, and the other. Bureaucrats like to use crisis. Okay? Governments love to use crisis. And while everybody's looking around for the Outbreak Part 2.0, everybody's looking around like this is some sort of a movie script. The Outbreak movie Part D. I'm trying to follow the money trail. I'm trying to follow K Bono. What is to prosper? Who is to prosper? What's going to happen? That's what I'm trying to find out I'm doing. And if you think about the hysteria, I mean, my God, can you imagine being around back when Orson Welles did War of the Worlds over the public radio, over the public airwaves, and people were literally crapping in their pants. They were literally thinking it was a full-on alien invasion. Folks, Hollywood has peppered our consciousness between Pandemic and Outbreak and all the other movies, right? And television series like The Hot Zone. And in fact, Richard Preston's book, The Hot Zone, was one of my favorite reads as a young man. Loved it. But they've prepped us. And they made a common cold virus that has a slight mutation being the be-all, end-all. They want you to think that this damn thing is going to liquefy your organs like Ebola, and you're going to sneeze, and your lungs are going to shoot out of your nose. This is what the fear level is ridiculous. Ridiculous. And I'm watching the idiot alt-media again. The idiot alt-media running rampant, taking bits of I don't know what's worse, folks. Is it the idiot alt-media that literally takes bits of information and runs with it? It's the equivalent of some vegan that goes to a PubMed website and pulls off a study talking about how bad meat is. I don't know what's worse. I don't know what's worse. So here's the deal. Why is this happening? I'm not exactly sure. But there will be some financial hits to the market, specifically the Chinese market. Number two, is this self-contained? Is this something that was self-inflicted? Is this done by the deep state? I don't think so. I'm not so sure. We've all heard about Wuhan and their bioweapons laboratory that was held, somewhere underground, not too far. I think about 20 miles from the actual wet market over there, right? Where they're slaughtering pigs, chickens, dogs, catfish, and monkeys, and bats all in one place. 20 miles out, right? It's not too far. Could this be some sort of a leak? Yeah, it's possible. There's that possibility. We're not sure as of yet. But, look at the government's reaction. This massive quarantine. Nobody's talking about Hong Kong anymore. Look at the massive reaction from the government. Nobody's talking about the trade deal anymore. Look at the massive response from their government. Whether they're building cities. Folks, if China can build, you're talking about a country that has debt problems. It really does. Not as bad as the United States in terms of debt, but they still have they still have some financial problems. They have some serious financial problems. You got ghost cities over there, right? Why not ghost hospitals? What if that's the new trend? What if they're building ghost hospitals, right? Because bureaucrats need to do one thing. See, whether the bureaucracy is in politics, it's part of the Communist Party, or it's in the military-industrial complex here in the United States, bureaucracies have one thing and one thing only: to stay relevant, to stay alive. And if they can use this crisis to flex their muscles, look, we're stepping in. Folks, you got to understand what's happening here, right? When you look at the coronavirus, okay, when you look at what was happening with Hong Kong, when you look what happened with Taipei, you have to understand the political chaos that has occurred because of Hong Kong, because of Taiwan. What happened? All the pro-Beijing politicians were voted out of office in Taiwan. The pro-Chinese, pro-Beijing parties and puppets, they were completely decimated. And the saying was Hong Kong won Taiwan. Okay. Then you had what was happening in Hong Kong that was leaking out. That was festering. That was spreading faster than this coronavirus. What was happening in Hong Kong was spreading into the mainland, and it was getting into the ideas. It was getting into the heads of the dissidents in China and the citizens in China. Be like, hey, man, this is kind of jacked up. Why? The government's too damn powerful. And this is hot on the heels of the whole social credit BS, right? And all of a sudden, here comes the coronavirus. And here it is. And here's the narrative. Government stepping in. We are here to serve you. We are here to save you. Please listen to us. You will be okay. You'll be okay because you don't nothing. There will be no problem for you. There will be no problem. Your temperature will be fine. The government is here. We are going to give you the government control the thermometer. Everything gonna be okay. No problem. No problem. No problem. Think about that for a second. The China took a big hit in Taiwan. What the Chinese always says is the runaway province. China always says there's only one China. Taiwan, they never recognize Taiwan. They've been calling Taiwan the runaway brethren for forever, since Chiang Kai-shek left the mainland back in World War II, right? Right after World War II. They've been calling Taiwan. They're going to reclaim Taiwan. They're going to reclaim Taiwan. And they lost big time. They lost bigly influence in Taiwan because of the recent elections. And then you have the thing in Hong Kong, which was a pandemic, politically speaking, in and of itself. What's China to do? Oh, here we go, coronavirus, 3% kill ratio. I'm terrified. I'm so terrified. Maybe I shouldn't walk down the street and pick up gum from underneath random restaurant tables and eat them. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Of course. The government of China released it. And that's what it's starting to look like. Because this 3% kill ratio virus, you have this massive overreach from government. And it's picked up by idiots in the media, alt media and mainstream media alike. All of a sudden, you got viral experts. It's like the psychologist. We don't know. As a psychology professor, I can tell by the way that Donald Trump coughs that he is psychotic. I can tell just by the way he winks. There's something wrong with him. Folks, you just like you have these pseudo psychologists, nobody could diagnose a patient by looking at a television screen. Like, you remember when the whole is Trump fit for office nonsense, right? You had all these CNN and MSLSD would parade all these psychological experts, right? Same way these so-called epidemiologists and that are coming out. These are not virologists. These are not guys who are working with actual viruses. These are epidemiologists. Study the breakout of disease. That's all of that. That's all they do. They're not in the lab. They're not wearing the hazmat suits and looking at patients. These guys are reading the same stupid reports that are on Twitter, the same idiotic backward reports that's on the idiotic mainstream media and the stupid, goddamn stupid alt media, and they're running with it. And they're literally running with it, scaring the shit out of people. Literally scaring the crap out of people. It's got to stop, folks. This is nothing to worry about. At first, I was a little concerned, to be honest with you, and I tweeted out, this could be something big. I mean, look at all these videos of people. And I realized, what the hell, man? This is flu season in China, too. So they're literally creating a panic, and the government stepping into and the Chinese party does something that's that all bureaucrats, even in Washington, D.C., they do it very well. Pass the buck. Make sure, hey, Guang Ho, make sure the shit rolls downhill. Make sure the poop goes downhill, buddy. Same thing. The CCP, the thugs over at the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, they are blaming the governors and the government of Wuhan for the whole entire thing. It's their fault. If they weren't doing, if China didn't haphazardly, either on purpose or without purpose, release that coronavirus from the stupid weapons lab, none of this crap would have happened, right? But they did. Look how they will play it out. You're going to see all sorts of funky numbers coming out in the next several weeks, right? You're going to see all sorts of stuff. You're going to see markets take a dip. You're going to see markets decline here and there throughout the world. You're going to see gold probably spike. Oil's going to probably spike a little bit. You're going to see crypto spike. You're going to see a multi-trillion-dollar wealth grab that's going to happen in the next few weeks. Y'all going to forget about Hong Kong. Y'all going to forget about everything else. You're going to think about coronavirus, how's affecting this, and your kids shouldn't be walking down the street licking the banister of a stairwell. That's it. So what can you do? Take a shitload of vitamin D, okay, great amount of vitamin D, get some liposomal vitamin C, and I'm talking about, look, I typically during the wintertime, anywhere between 10 to 15,000 units of D, something I would use. All right. I'm slightly brown, so you'll do according to whatever you need, right? I need higher requirements, and I need some, I got higher requirements. Let's leave it at that. So get some D, good amount of Ds, good amount of Cs. Get your immunity up, man. Get some selenium, which is great. Fantastic for fighting some viruses. Eat clean, man. Don't eat garbage, and just keep your guard up. This is not a big deal. This is not what everybody's predicting to be. It's a global pandemic. It's a global pandemic. Oh my God, we're all gonna die. Be careful of all that bullshit, man. You watch the money. Watch the money. Watch the markets. And I'm telling you right now, this coronavirus is the best thing to ever happen to the Chinese Communist Party. They love it. They love it. All those dissidents who are sitting there wondering and questioning the efficacy and the validity and the reason for existence, for the pièce de résistance, or the reason for existence, for the Chinese Communist Party. Now they're all for it. Now they're like, oh, the party's not so bad. They're not so bad. And the government party's put out a video recently, folks. If you haven't got a chance to see it, they put out a video and it's all over Twitter. Got a bunch of people in, I don't know, Guangzhou, right? That's a major manufacturing hub, for the Chinese military, right? Guangzhou, and that's where the Shengdang fighters and a bunch of defense buildings and defense industry happens in Guangzhou in China, and they got some residents that they rounded up. And they're on the in front of the camera, smiling. Hey, we love the government. The government's great. I trust our government. We believe our government. Our government's going to protect us. I mean, literally word for word. I think it was Paul Joseph Watson that tweeted out. And this is what's happening, folks. This is what's happening. This is what's happening. And Danny Ever just said an organ harvesting question. Yeah, man, why not? Why not? And Danny Ever, I am brown. I do have a silverback. Yes, I do. I literally do. That's all it is, folks. The same thing. Remember when you got alt media nut jobs getting on the air, warning you about Ebola, telling you, hey, man, don't go, telling truck drivers not to drive into Dallas because Ebola is going to kill them. The stupid irresponsibility is just, it's through the roof, folks. It's through the roof. Look, I will start worrying in the future when there's a virus that's airborne and has the transmission capability of a common cold or the flu, and it has the killing power of an Ebola, right? And it doesn't burn through its host population like Ebola does. When that happens, then I'll worry about it. And even then, I'll still worry just a little. Just a little. I'll make my precautions. Because there ain't no wet markets here in the U.S., baby. So with that being said, folks, special Saturday broadcast. I've gotten a crap load of emails, crap load of messages. And it was just bothering me all day. And I need to let this out there. Let not your hearts be troubled. Go back to sleep. Kiss your children goodnight. Pop some vitamin D. Give everybody some vitamin C. Get some selenium. Get some rest. Eat some meat. Get some good quality grass-fed beef. Some good quality fish. Eat well. Drink some greens. Enjoy life. And crack open a cold one. This is the Gorilla. And I'm out.